Strowman's clearing it off.
Strowman's looking for some major damage.
Oh!
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, this is the Turnbuckle King. We are here at Red Carpet Ring. We're here to talk about WWE Raw results. Bad Blood begins with a trio of huge matches that are announced. We're going to talk about the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. Let's tune into that. And of course, you know it's going to be a lot to talk about since the season premiere. And of course, the bonus round of Bad Blood early match predictions. And if you want to hear more about that, stay tuned for the bonus round. We're here live from Facebook and X as well. And if you agree with that, give me a yeet.
Yeet.
Before we begin, let's see who came into the ring. Let's see who came into the ring, shall we? Figure 4 TV, salute to you. Front row, that's right, salute. Thank you all for coming out. So we're going to talk more about this whole situation here of Raw. And we're going to go over each stuff. We had an appearance, of course, from Bret Hart as well. But let's get more into that, guys. Let's get more into it. And before we begin, let's do one simple thing. You know, when you come into the ring, guys, you guys already know what you got to do. Let's do that one simple thing that I always ask for. Let's double tap that screen.
Welcome to the button, a speed.
He acts like a sucker. Oh boy, more spinning. What's it gonna be? Uh-oh. What?
That's right. Double tap the screen as you come into the ring. And let's go over shortly. Let's do that. Let's go over the match card. Let's see what Raw was all about. What was advertised before the show began? So we will go over the match card. Let's look over that real briefly, and then we'll get into the show. So let's look over that real quick. All right, we got Bret Hart. We got an appearance by the Hitman himself. We got a promo set up with Drew McIntyre. We have that as well. And we also have a women's tag team match. We also have a one-on-one Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. You know, then we got a street fight that opened Raw. Definitely, that's going to be the first match we talk about. Then the main event was a four-way match for the Intercontinental Championship #1 contender match. Whoever won that will go on to face the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. And then we had a 6-woman tag, Pure Future Collective versus Lyra, Zelina, and a mystery partner. So let's get into that. Yes, Gunther's a beast. Denzel, hey, how you doing? Salute, welcome to the ring. Let's go over the show, shall we? Let's see where it began. Where shall we start? Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about the opening match of the card. We're going to talk about the Wyatt 6 versus the American Made. This was a great way to not just open up Raw, open up the season premiere of Raw. And these guys went at it. All the intensity, all the fire that was brought, both teams brought it from Eric Rowan, everything. This thing, it was just phenomenal how these guys start off Raw. Amazing. I really admired too how how Rowan, he did his thing. And Nikki Cross was the MVP of the match. Remember, Nikki Cross, she gave WWE suplex to Chad Gable, also gave Ivy Now that work. She got that girl that work. I mean, seriously, I gotta give her credit. She gave it to her. She definitely gave it to her.
You about to get that work, son. You about to get that work, son.
So she gave her that work. more performances that happened in the match. I like how also that they use tables, they use kendo sticks. I mean, they use all weapons. They use a lot of weapons in this match. And of course, Uncle Howdy was watching, overlooking on, and those street fight rules. They just started from the get go, from beginning to end. These teams did not stop at any cost for anybody. They wanted to let everybody know who's the better team. So much energy in this match, and I like how Chad Gable gave an angle slam to Joe Gacy off the top rope and through the table. And it looked like could have been almost botched, but unfortunately, it didn't. And of course, we had Uncle Howdy hit the Sister Abigail for the 1-2-3. So salute to them. Very, very good way to kick off the show. Yeah, street fight. Jasmine Mijas, welcome. Salute to the ring. I am team Wyatt 6. Yeah, Wyatt 6 definitely is impressive. They are, if not the top stable on Monday Night Raw. So salute to them. And that was our first match of the night. So let's get on to the rest of the program here. Now, next thing that happened, it was no match, but it was a segment. We had the Finn Balor promo. Finn Balor came out. He talked about how Damian Priest, treat him like a sidekick. Finn Balor said, I could have been World Heavyweight Champion last year when he was, feuding with Seth Rollins. But he said he kept lingering around with that Money to Make contract, everything. And Finn was said, I had to do what I had to do. You didn't turn on me. I didn't turn on you. You turned on me. You turned on the Judgment Day. Going to retrace it back to when Damian Priest won the world title, how he changed, how he's trying to control everything. Finn Balor said, you trying to tell me what to do. You try to boss me around. I'm not a sidekick. I'm not. That's not who I am. I'm Finn Balor. And of course, he was also mentioning how Judgment Day, there are no leaders. We are all united as one. No leadership there. But and then Damian Priest said, they're gonna have a match announced. It will be Finn Balor versus Damian Priest at Bad Blood, which I'll get to my early predictions later on. Stay tuned for that. Then when he was going to attack Finn said, you know how this works with Judgment Day. And then Damian Priest said, I wrote the playbook on Judgment Day. And that's, Judgment Day, of course, attack him from the likes of Dominik, Mysterio, Carlito, and of course, Finn Balor himself, JD McDonough. Then Rhea Ripley tried to come out, make a save. She hit down with crutches, hit Liv. Then Liv came back, and they were just outnumbered. Terror Twins. And then, of course, when they took out Rhea, Damian tried to sacrifice his body over Rhea, real Terror Twins, and it was just not enough. Judgment Day standing tall over the Terror Twins. So that was the end of that particular segment there. But we'll go over another part of the match. We have the women's tag team match. We have the tag team match of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union. So we had a good tag team match there. Not surprisingly, we shot. We knew that Jade and Bianca was going to retain. We knew that, they just won the belts back. It was okay match. I mentioned this before, how the matches go. It's normally Bianca starts off the match. Jade gets a little offense in there. Then she don't stay for long. She tags Bianca. Bianca does the bulk of the work. Then the hot tag to Jade. She makes the save, before Bianca is pinned 1, 2, 3. And then, they do the double team finisher. That was it. Winner is still tag team champions. The team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So they have defeated the Unholy Union. And then backstage, we saw damage control of Io Sky, Kairi Sane looking at the tag team titles, trying to touch them. So they're more likely going to be the next opponents for Bianca and Jade. I don't know when that's going to be, if it's next week's Raw or whatever the case may be, because Jade and Bianca are still SmackDown brand. But since they're tag team champions, they could appear on any brand. Raw like they did tonight, SmackDown, or NXT for that matter. So they are still the tag team champions. That new wrestling ROH gave one a great. Dr. How Hatware. Okay, salute to you. I don't know who that is, but okay. Keep an eye out on that. So that is the end of that segment. That match. In the segment of Bianca and Jade with Damage Control. Next, let's get to another segment. In a segment here, we are going to talk about here real quick. This segment here was actually Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman backstage. Now, Braun Breaker looked at Braun Strowman, and he looked at him, and Braun Strowman told Braun Breaker, "You know who you messing with." Braun Breaker said he hopes that Braun Strowman wins the four-way, number one contendership match tonight. And Braun told him everyone's a monster, but you don't have to be 7 foot. You just gotta have a doggy. Start barking. Crowd really over with that. So they just had a little backstage, and then I know he also had a backstage segment. It was him, Jay Uso, and Ilya Dragunov all staring down each other before the big match. But that is the main event. That is later on. That's the only time we really saw Braun Breaker was backstage. They are fighting for the number one contendership to his IC title match in the main event. But let's get to another part of the show, shall we? Let's move on to Bret Hart. Bret Hart, as advertised, made his return to WWE, and he's on Raw. He's a Calgary's favorite, the king of Calgary, and he came out to the WWE Universe, and then he cut a promo. Well, he came out. He spoke in importance of champions, and then we got world champion Gunther interrupted him, and he said this one thing that was so savage. Now, Gunther, we know he's a boring heel. He does the in-ring general. But this time he really hit home, and he kind of stuck it to Bret. He stuck it to Bret when he said what he had to say. It was crazy what he was saying to him. Man, we know that Gunther, for you guys who don't know, we know that Gunther and Bret insulted Gunther, I believe, a few months back. He told Gunther that he does the chops too much. Gunther was not too pleased about that. He was not happy about what Gunther had to what Gunther about the chops. Gunther didn't like what Bret Hart was saying. It was not cool. I know Gunther, he did say that he liked Bret Hart, but basically he come off as a bitter old man. But I know I forgot what outlet that was, but I know he did say something about him a few months back. It was all about the chopping. I'm trying to see if he said anything else about him, but it was definitely something that Gunther did not like. But it's fun. It was wild, definitely wild. But I think it was but it was definitely something. And when he did say that, Gunther, I'm pretty sure he remembered that. And he said, "I got something for you, Mr. Bret Hart. You want to talk about chops? You want to talk about everything? I got something for you." Whenever they cross paths, which they did on Monday Night Raw, and he did. He said something interesting. That's where he got
Seconds to my actual favorites. And my all-time favorite is none other than Bill Goldberg.
Oh, Bret Hart was so upset when he heard that. That was wow. Oh man. And I actually like that segment. That deserves a yeet.
Yeet.
It Bret was enough, and also open mic night.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
So yeah, this was not cool. Then later on, we had Sami Zayn came out. He interrupted Gunther, and Sami Zayn was sticking up for Bret Hart, saying, "I could disrespect a man like this at his stature. This is Bret, man, the best there is, best there was, best there will be. He's not just anybody." And then he was talking about the upcoming Sami Zayn challenging Gunther for the world title. I know Sami Zayn attacked Gunther outside the ring. Bret Hart left, and that was it. But this is actually the best segment of the night. Definitely. Nadia said Uso and Rhea Ripley and David Priest. Salute to you, Nadia. What do you think was going to win the IC Breaker, Turner, or Jay Uso? I'm going to talk more about that. Yeah, definitely was Savage. Definitely was Savage. That's a yeet. But this was a funny, good segment between Gunther and Bret Hart, and that's probably the best Savage promo that Gunther's cut his whole career. Let's notate that. Definitely a good one, guys. But I'm glad to see Bret Hart in WWE, despite the mess he always be saying about WWE, this and that, yada yada yada. WWE this and WWE that, and it needs to do this, it needs to do that. I'm glad to see him around. I heard that at one point his health was not that good. I know he had a stroke back years ago. I know he had cancer maybe about 7-8 years ago. So he went through a lot. So, but I'm glad though. I'm very glad of Bret Hart being in the WWE ring. It's always good to see him around. But Bret, you gotta cut out the bad mouthing people all the time. You gotta cut it out. I know he was shown backstage shaking hands with Triple H. But other than that, though, good segment. All great performance by Gunther and in-ring general. Let's get on to the next part of the show. We had a one-on-one match, Dragon Lee versus Dominik Mysterio. And of course, Dominik Mysterio would not always do any match without having Liv Morgan around by ringside. This was an all right match. I mean, long story short, Liv Morgan interfered and it allowed Dominik Mysterio to hit the 619. He hit the splash. He blew a kiss at Liv while he was at the top rope about to jump. 1, 2, 3. Dominik Mysterio defeats Dragon Lee. Very average match. Nothing spectacular. But there you go. But other than that, though, it was crazy. 3-4 TV said what he told Jey Uso was Beast 2, and he shut down the Miz. Don't sleep on Gunther. I'm not sleeping on Gunther. He's getting better with promos. He's so good at his job. I just can't stand him as a heel, and that's what he's supposed to do. I can't wait for Gunther to get on Seth. I can't wait either. Shout out his father who was jumping out the sky. I'm still. Oh, you talking about good old Latino heat. Not his real dad, but Latino heat, Eddie Guerrero, RP to him. But this match was all right, though. This match, it was okay. Definitely okay, though. But other than that, though, that was the end of that particular part of the show. There was nothing more to be said regarding that. There's no more to be said with those individuals. Just Liv Morgan, Dom, definitely in sync the way they're doing that storyline. So salute to those two. They are really taking that relationship real far as on screen and definitely on social media. I see Liv. She always posts something every single time I look up. So nothing short of excellent when it comes to that. Nothing short of excellent. Other than that, though, these two here, they very, very interesting. One of the biggest storylines on Raw. And all of WWE for that matter, Liv and let's get on to the next part of the show. We had Lyra Valkyria. Natalya was a special partner. Her return to WWE Raw. She signed a brand new deal with WWE. Also, she Calgary's own, and that was Zelina Vega. Pure Views Collective, the 6-woman tag. Again, nothing spectacular, nothing crazy to talk about. It is what it is, Other than that, though, it was good crowd to be happy for Natalya and for the baby faces, and they won the match. So congratulations to them on winning that match. Baby Snap said this new WWE trash. Dominik and whoever what him and Ray trash. Salute to you. Yeah, everyone got their entitled to their own opinion. They got their own opinion of how they feel about WWE. So either you like it or you don't. Let's get on to another segment of the show. We got Drew McIntyre. He cuts a promo. Things get real heated. He said he got some bad news, and he came out talking about Wade Barrett. And he said that Wade Barrett, you're supposed to be one of my good friends here. I don't have many friends. And he said every time I try, you all try to stop me from doing something, but Wade Barrett's looking out for him. And it really got confrontational between Drew and Wade. They got face to face, and it seemed like they was about to go at it. Next thing you know, Adam Pearce came out. He said, Drew, I'm tired of this with you. We thought that between Punk and Drew at Bash and Brother with strap match, it would be over. CM Punk, that was over, but you took it upon yourself to attack Punk. And Adam Pearce said, I'm tired of this. He said, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna have a final match set between you and Punk. This feud has to end. And this time it's not gonna just be not just a strap match or any other match. It's gonna be the one match in this Hell in a Cell. And this is the match that was advertised for that. So we're gonna have Punk and Drew. The second match announced, I believe, for Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell 1-on-1, Drew versus CM Punk. And CM Punk will return to WWE next week. Other than that, though, that was it. Very good segment there. And we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna take it from there and see what they're gonna do with Drew and Punk, and we'll talk more about it. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the next part of the show. We have Rey Mysterio 1-on-1 versus Finn Balor. And Finn Balor gave the work to Rey Mysterio, looked very strong in this win. I knew that when it came down to this, that Finn needs some good wins on his belt. Despite him being a tag team champion, never defends the tag team belt, but had a singles match. Well, I don't get it, but it is what it is. Very good match between these two, and he definitely left Rey Mysterio lying down, and it was Finn Balor. He definitely brought out that instinct in him, that dog in him. He made the basically the message was sent to Damian Priest. I am not the one to be messed with. When I'm on, I'm on. He is Finn Balor. We gotta remember Finn Balor was the inaugural Universal Champion. He did stay in NXT. He's a member of Judgment Day, current tag team champion. He's a legend, been traveling all over the world in Japan for many, many years. So give credit where credit's due. He's still Finn Balor. Do not take him lightly. And this was a clear match sent to Damian Priest, because we know these two are gonna go at it at Bad Blood. So definitely something to look. But let's get to the main event, shall we? We got a 4-way match, number one contendership match. We got Braun Strowman. We got Jey Uso. We got Ilya Dragunov. And we got Ilya, Jay, Braun. Who's the fourth guy again? Excuse me, guys. Let me back my notes. Oh, that's right, P. Dunn. Keep forgetting you on 2 shows. But anyway, despite that, this was a very good main event. Very good way to close the show. Jey Uso has good spots. Ilya has good spots. You had Braun Strowman tearing everybody apart. He had a lot of offense, everything. But we knew that Dragunov and P. Dunn was definitely going at it, both of them. But we knew that it was going to, Jey Uso was going to be the favorite going into the match. And these guys they definitely did their thing. But we got a little surprised during the match, as I predicted. I said that Braun Strowman, even though he got into the 4-way match to qualify in the contendership match, he will get a little surprise from a familiar guy that he knows very well as of late, and it will cost him not to win the match. We all know we're talking about.
Strowman's clearing it off. Strowman's looking for some major damage. Oh! Big!
And that is Bronson Reed returning to Monday Night Raw. We know that last week he had COVID and he was unable to attend Monday Night Raw. But we knew that once he came back, he was going to come back with a vengeance, and that's exactly what he did. He took Braun out, and he still looking dominant. We got to give him a yeet for that.
Yeet.
So, yes, Jey Uso, of course, he came in, did his thing, and he got the 1, 2, 3. And the crowd was just loving it. It was definitely loving Jey Uso, loving everything he was doing. Crowds definitely wanted him to win, clearly wanted him to win. And that's exactly what it came down with. And now we're going to have Jey Uso, since he won the number 1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship, he is going to move on and face off against Braun Breaker. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see what the next move going to be for WWE's Intercontinental Championship title picture. So we're going to see what's going on. But other than that, though, guys, that was the end of Monday Night Raw season premiere. You guys know how that good thing goes. But other than that, though, we're going to go over the review here, see what you guys say so far. Nadia said, I'm happy that Finn Balor's facing Damian Priest and Bad Blood. Yeah, absolutely. WWF or W. Oh, I mean, it's storyline. I mean, are we a little too old saying it was fake? That's fake. I mean, we knew this when most of us knew this when if we watched when we were young. I mean, the sports I say this all the time. Y'all say that the sports you watch, one of the major 4 sports, that stuff is fixed. And you still watch it though. If you watch sports, if you don't watch sports or don't watch sports, you watch movies. I don't watch movies. Well, you watch TV shows. You watch something, and that's scripted too. So it is what it is. It's Fig 4 TV says soap opera. We know that, Dexter. Thank you for clearing that up. Figure 4 TV, let them know, because what he said was definitely a political
Spoken move. And spun like a true politician. I mean,
yeah, definitely spoken and spun. Figure 4 TC, I bet you spend money on women the fake. Oh man, I can't believe he says that, but I do believe it.
Tell me you did not just say that.
He did say it, and it was funny. You trolls are not the only ones that can be mean and don't trust us. Definitely. But Nadia, let's see what you had to say. We finally see his rivalry in Drew McIntyre versus DM Punk. And CM Punk, unless you want to call him DM Punk. Adam Pearce makes the best decision. Yeah, Adam Pearce don't get enough credit as a general manager. He does very well as a GM. Now I know Nick Aldis, he's more of the no nonsense GM. We get that, but it don't mean that Adam Pearce is gonna let somebody just step over him. We know that. So much credit to Adam Pearce. Much credit to Adam Pearce. Definitely, always shutting it down. Always shutting it down, no matter what the case may be. But yeah, definitely, guys. Let's get to the Monday Night Raw. Now we went over all the Raw stuff. My review is a 5 out of 5, and the reason I get 5 out of 5 because for a season premiere show, they definitely delivered on all corners. They definitely delivered. Not only they delivered, they brought a lot of fire to the show. One thing I did notice on Raw that I really, really enjoyed, they brought the energy. I saw nothing but energy. Energy in the opening match of the street fight, opening match in the main event, energy in the segments, energies backstage. and we had a Hall of Fame appearance by Bret Hart, the Hitman himself. Can't get any better than that. You can't tell me otherwise. Other than that, though, this was very, very good. I love what WWE's doing, and like I said, even though I gave it a 5 out of 5, which I did, I'm always going to critique the show, not because I think everything's perfect and nothing's supposed to go bad, but it's always room for improvement. I will always say that here. For you guys who are not familiar with the show, despite the high rating, I always go over what went wrong with Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown, PLE. And we're going to get to that right now. And what I'm going to do is we'll go over a couple things that went wrong with Raw, what I saw the issues were, and we're going to talk about that right now. First thing, Raw, if you guys didn't know, this was announced yesterday. Raw is moving to 2 hours starting in October, and this be through January. If you guys look on the screen, there was an announcement made on X. It says breaking, Raw will be on USA Network from 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, meaning 7 Central Standard Time, which is where I'm at, 7 to 9, starting on Monday, October 7th through the rest of 2024, and it's going to end with the USA Network finale on Monday, December 30th. So mark your calendar. I think October 7th, that is what I believe that is enough. We got another three Raws. We got 3 Raws left before this change goes into effect. Only 3. And this is a good move because a lot of fans been wanting this for a long, long time. That is true. I want to make that clear. That's very true. But there's an issue with that. Small little issue. And this thing is a double-edged sword. My thing with Raw moving to 2 hours, it's going to cut a lot of screen time for the people that's on Raw. Because Raw has more people on the roster than any other show. And not just that. People that already want to get screen time, they're going to get much less screen time. So that's the issue. That's the only issue I see with that right now. It's good, but I wish they didn't stack up the whole roster like the way they do now, because especially the women, where are they going to go? And I actually talked about this. I want to put out a video about it, actually talk more about it. I will put that out, that things could have been a little bit better, in my opinion, as far as doing that, but it is going to be 2 hours. It's definitely going to affect. No doubt about it. It's good, but it's bad too. Good because we don't have to sit through 3 hours. But I do believe that we'll go back to 3 hours start January with the Netflix broadcasting Raw. But I think that if they didn't have the roster the way they did, this would not be a problem. If you got so many people there, it becomes a problem. That's the only thing I saw that was the main issue. Other than that, though, this was a good call. I know Triple H himself said he wanted Raw to be 2 hours for years. And then now we finally get that, but it's only temporary. I do not know if it's going to be 2 hours with the Netflix. It might be 3. I don't know. Nothing's been confirmed yet. But since Netflix is giving them more freedom to do what they want to do, I'm assuming that it might be or might not. But SmackDown, if you guys don't know, will be 3 hours this Friday for the season premiere. But it's a double-edged sword, and I don't like that with the roster, and it goes on the list.
You know what's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Yeah, let's see. It's just a crazy part. Nadia said, he made that decision. War Games Survivor. Yeah, that's going to be in Vancouver. Main event, the People, Garcia family, main event, Jey Uso. Nadia. But yeah, this is that's one thing I didn't like. One thing I did not like. And another thing I didn't like, and we just got through talking about it, it's Jey Uso. Jey Uso winning the IC title number one contendership match only to lose. What do I mean by that? If you guys notice that Jey Uso, he has always win big matches. He qualified for the Money in the Bank earlier. He qualified to face for the World Heavyweight Championship for Damian Priest at Backlash. And he even fought the Intercontinental Championship before when Gunther was champion. And what did he do in all those matches? He lost. And I believe this will be no different. And this is a pattern. He will lose this too. I do not see him defeating Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. If he does, that would be a huge shocker. I like Jey Uso. I like Yeet. I'm happy that he's over. I just wish WWE would do more with him as a star. Give him a title. I mean, you done it with LA Knight on SmackDown. He is currently holding the United States Championship. He's over with the but Yeet is definitely over as well for Raw, the flagship show, and I just don't like that part. If he wins this match, I will be in the title. I will be amazed. It would be great, but I don't think that will be the case here for Jey Uso. I think it's going to be him end up getting close and close like he normally does, and he ends up losing, and I do not like that at all. It's a disappointment, very huge disappointment. I don't think he's going to win because WWE always has this man get far, and he does that just to lose. That is a big problem with me. I don't like that, not at all, not one bit. He shouldn't have to go through that, but they continuously make this man get all the way when the contendership match is qualified, and he doesn't even win. Other people win, and they win it at Jey Uso's expense. That's my problem with that. And with that being said, this definitely goes on the list without a shadow of a doubt.
What's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
I would like to see Jey Uso win the Intercontinental Championship. I would love to see him do his thing, but I don't think that's what WWE has in the cards for him. This will be his second time compete for Intercontinental Championship, and Braun Breaker just won the championship at SummerSlam where he defeated the previous champion, Sami Zayn. I don't think they're gonna give him a short run. He's gonna have to run for a while. You know, Sami had the belt for several months. Gunther had the record-breaking run. I don't see how that will work. That could be me. Maybe I'm off, but I don't see that happening. I just do not. I don't see it happening. Now I say I'm happy that maybe Jey, so I could please get tired. Yeah, really want Jey to win, but I don't know if he could win. I hope he does win, but I don't think it's gonna happen. You said I know Breaker is a good wrestler, but I really want Jey to win. A lot of people want Jey to win. A lot of people is on Jey's side, but history has shown when he does get these type of matches, he does not bring it home. He ends up coming out on the losing end, and it never misses. That's my issue with that. I wish it wasn't like that. Unfortunately, it is. So that's another thing I saw. Other than that, this was a very good show. This was a great way to premiere. But before we do get to the bonus round, let's go over next week's matches on next week's Raw. Let's see what's going to be the next thing for next week. And if you guys look here, we got the return of CM Punk. CM Punk will be returning to Monday Night Raw. You know, he's going to talk about the upcoming match with Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood. We know that's the whole case with that between those two because it's been a long rivalry. Also, another setup for next week. We do, however, we have a World Tag Team Championship match, and this is the New Day going against Judgment Day. Finally, they're letting these guys defend the tag team belts. That is a good thing. Thank goodness. But other than that, though, guys, this is next week's announcements. These are the matches that are advertised. You know, there'll be more, but for right now, these are the two I see set up. And also, if you check out Red Carpet Rain, check out the poll on my rating. The rating of the show. The rating was 5 out of 5 once again. check out what people are saying. You got 67% so far gave it an A, 27% gave it a B, C they gave 2%, and D or F they gave it 4%. So go to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube if you want to vote and tell us what you thought of Monday Night Raw. You can also comment on that post as well. Greatly appreciate that. Check that out. That's what people are saying about it. And I do this for every show, Raw, NXT, SmackDown. Check out the poll. That's what people are saying. So definitely check that out. New Day was split up in that match. I've heard with the whole Odyssey Jones situation, I heard that whole angle got dropped. That's why he was brought there for the breakup of, in the heel turn of Xavier Woods and Kofi. I don't know if they're still going that angle. Reportedly, I heard it all got dropped because you notice they even mentioned his name on TV. It's like he didn't exist. So I don't know if he's still going to split. They're going to split up that way, but we still want to see them split up. Just want to just say, but it'll be very interesting to see what the next move is going to be for Judgment Day. The New Day when they go against the Judgment Day. Definitely though. Come here, but a chicken. I just joined. All right. Salute to you and thanks for coming out. Thanks for checking out the content. Thanks for coming on in. Now, with that being said, guys, we got the review there. We talked about Raw. We talked about it all. We're going to switch gears in a moment, and we're going to head to the bonus round, and we're going to talk about Bad Blood early match card predictions. And we're going to say bye-bye to Facebook, and we're going to continue on. Give me a few moments, and we're going to get this started. And let's go over these matches here. And before we do get to the bonus round, we're going to do this one more time. Double tap the screen as you guys are coming in. Let's go over that one more time. And when you double tap the screen, just a little reminder there.
Welcome to the button, a speed.
Who acts like a sucker? Oh boy, more spinning. What's it gonna be? Uh-oh. What?
All right. We are here at the bonus round. We're going to talk about Bad Blood early match card predictions. Now, we know that the matches were announced. It was 3 matches that were officially announced as of yesterday on Monday Night Raw. 3 matches went in. They were discussed. But we're going to go over each one, no particular order. And we're going to see who's facing who. Who do I have predicted to win each match for Bad Blood? Because we know Bad Blood is definitely going to be coming up in October. It's a return match. And it's going to be interesting, guys. Very interesting. And see what the next move is going to be for WWE and Bad Blood. We're going to see how they're going to do all of this. But before we do, let's look over for what the matches are announced as of right now. And these are the cards right here. We'll go over these 3 matches, and then we'll talk about who's going to win what and who's going to go on. So, like I said, no particular order. Let's go over Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Now, these two, they had a rivalry. We know they were both members of the Judgment Day. We know that SummerSlam, Damian Priest, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, he had a match against Gunther. Finn Balor, we thought was going to be on the side of Damian Priest, only to flip on him, cost him the World Heavyweight Championship when he tapped out to Gunther when he was unconscious. He didn't tap out, but he was unconscious. He did lose by submission. And now it's been for several weeks. Damian Priest can't wait to get his hands on Finn Balor. Finn Balor's been getting the upper hand. Him and Judgment Day attacking him and Rhea Ripley. Now, I know Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they both won the tag team match against Dominik, Mysterio and Liv Morgan. You know, you got that. But Finn Balor never finished this whole feud between these two. So we're going to see what the next move is going to be between these two in particular. So with that being said, when it comes down to this match between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, I would say I see Damian Priest getting the win. My prediction is Damian Priest will get a win. He's going to have a one-off match with Finn Balor. You know, these guys have such a close bond. I think they're going to have a one-off match, and it may end the whole rivalry. I didn't announce what kind of match is going to be between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Maybe a standard one-on-one match. But other than that, though, I want to say that this will be a very good match going in. Can't wait to see this match unfold on Bad Blood, because we've been wanting to see this match for a while, but we know Damian Priest had to take care of other business with other people at Judgment Day, which is Dom and Liv. But now I got Damian Priest defeating Finn Balor in a one-on-one match. So that's why I have that particular match. Well, other than that, let's continue on. Let's get into another match for my prediction. Now, this match here, it will be Rhea Ripley challenging Liv Morgan, one-on-one match. They're going to have a match at Bad Blood. We know these two have fought before at SummerSlam, and it was for the Women's World Championship. We know that Rhea was unsuccessful when Dominik Mysterio, who we thought was on Rhea's side, he as seen inadvertently cost Rhea the match. But he ended up costing her the match on purpose, and he ended up signing with Liv Morgan and kissed her in front of Rhea, leaving her sad and heartbroken in the middle of the ring. Now they're going to have another match for another opportunity for Rhea for the Women's World Championship. Again, this is a regular match, not a steel cage. Anything particular, I prefer a steel cage match, unless they change the stipulation later. This was, we'll see what happens later on. But my early prediction right now between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan when it comes to the Women's World Championship at Bad Blood, who is going to win this particular match? And my prediction right now, I have Liv Morgan retaining the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Rhea Ripley does not need to win the Women's World Championship right now at this moment. She's tied for the record alongside Bayley for 380 days. She does not need to win it right away. She just came back a couple months ago. Liv is on a good run right now, the biggest run of her career. She's very popular. She's had the great angle, storyline, love story with Dominik Mysterio, the whole shebang. It'll be dumb to take the title off her at this point. And I said this before, you need Rhea to chase Liv for this title. And I can see this chase continuing on throughout maybe early next year, throughout WrestleMania. So this is the far from over, but I don't see Rhea Ripley winning the Women's World Championship. It does not make sense story-wise. Because Judgment Day is on top. You got Finn and Jay McDonough tag team champs. Then you got Liv with the Women's Championship, and they help cost Damian his world title, and they help Rhea preventing her from regaining the Women's World title. So Judgment Day is doing a thing. It's just a new reformed Judgment Day with different members. But other than that, though, Rhea Ripley will not win the Women's World Championship, and Liv will retain. And that's my prediction for that particular match. Last but not least, we have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre one-on-one. The feud of the year, the feud that's been going on since the Royal Rumble, when Drew told Punk, I prayed for this and it happened. Talk about CM Punk's tricep injury. It's been going on all and forth. We know the whole story. CM Punk cost Drew the world title several occasions for WrestleMania, to Clash at the Castle, and Money in the Bank when Drew won the contract. And of course, they had a match at SummerSlam. Seth Rollins, special guest referee. Drew defeated CM Punk. Then they had another match recently at Bash in Berlin where CM Punk defeated Drew McIntyre in the strap match when he hit all four corners. And now we have the third encounter between Punk and Drew. And this time it will be a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. This feud needs to be over. As much as I love this feud, it's been going on since January. We are in September, literally all year. It has to come to an end or it's going to get stale and old. That's the last thing we want to see as fans. So with that being said, if I have a prediction to pick right now between CM Punk and Drew, who will win this particular match? If I had to guess to help end this feud properly, CM Punk will have win the match. He will defeat Drew again. He'll probably hit a GTS on top of the cage, middle of the cage. Well, maybe not on top of the cage. CM Punk, he's fragile, as they say these days. But I do see CM Punk defeating Drew McIntyre inside the cell. It'll be the first Hell in a Cell for CM Punk in a long time. I know he's fragile, but at least he's safe enough to do the Hell in a Cell match. If he was really in bad shape, I don't think he would agree to this match before it was announced to us. But other than that, CM Punk is definitely going to do his thing. I got him winning the match. And CM Punk, as we do know, he says at Bash in Berlin, he has his eyes set on becoming the world heavyweight champion. And when he does finish this match with Drew and his feud, he will be the next challenger for Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship after Gunther and Sami Zayn are finished with that particular match for the world title. Well, I have CM Punk winning this match. I do not see Drew winning. He don't need to. He was world champion early this year, but I CM Punk needs some more wins. He got one win. See it back. He needs another one. But other than that, though, that's why I have winning CM Punk. And that's all I have regarding the Bad Blood early match predictions. We are talking about 3 matches on the card. Bad Blood is Saturday, October 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is going to be a very good PLE. I know before that we have Crown Jewel and Survivor Series, if they have Crown Jewel this year. But Survivor Series, definitely, that's going to be in Vancouver. That's who I got for those particular matches, though. Jay Hayward, salute to you. Peter Neal, salute to you. But yeah, that's what I have for these particular matches. You guys let me know what you think in the live chat and in the comment section below. Who do you have winning these particular matches? What are you looking forward to at Bad Blood? Because it's definitely going to be an interesting one. And as more matches will be announced. This was not the full card. It's just the early match card. Soon to videos will pop up, guys. Click it to the links below. Other than that, guys, you already know it at this point. It is OUNT.
Something happened this weekend, and I have been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and being involved.